So do you ride transit fairly often?
Yes, I'm a student, so I use transit every day.
And have you ever experienced anything that made you feel uncomfortable or seen anything that made you feel uncomfortable?
I usually take a bus like in the safe area, but sometimes I took the Hastings bus. Sometimes I don't feel that much safe in those lines in Hastings Street, but otherwise everything is perfect.
It feels silly sometimes paying for a fare when so many homeless people get on for free, which I don't necessarily mind. It's more, you know, the ones that are mentally disturbed and that can get a little bit more aggressive, and those are the scary people. And so I would probably avoid taking the buses down Hastings Street.
I think that now that it's being brought to attention so much, you know, you kind of begin to be hesitant and you look out where you're going, what you're doing, who's around you, etc. But originally I'm from New York, so I've kind of learned to know that you're I'm used to this sort of thing.
The only times that I wouldn't would be later at night if you're sitting all the way on the back of the bus and it gets really crowded. It's the point, I think, where the bus driver can no longer see what's happening on the bus is when I think it's the most dangerous.
I do feel safe, yeah. There's transit police everywhere, and I've interviewed some of my criminology students. I've actually interviewed some for a project, and they really do their jobs well. And I don't know, I don't take transit at night, and I don't take it anywhere that's a bad area in my head.
I feel safe during the day. At night I feel less safe. I'm lucky because my apartment building is right in front of a bus stop, but if I had to get off the bus and walk quite far, I don't think I would feel as safe.
I think one thing is if you're being bothered by a specific one person that no one else on the bus is saying anything about it. You know, if a guy's sitting there and just touching you or just talking to you or anything like that, and you're feeling uncomfortable, to actually say something about it or to make it apparent to everyone else that this is happening, I think is a big thing. Because a lot of people on the bus just sit there and just watch their phones and listen to their music and don't want to deal with anything. So even if that's going on, it makes them uncomfortable. So if you make it apparent and you speak up, even if you know you're going to be the center of attention, you should still do so, because that will back the guy off and back.
It's pretty typical, like just, you know, the late at night in the certain areas, you know, you go in groups, or you make sure you have your phone on you all the time, and I always have my earbuds in, and if I feel like somebody's following me or something, like getting too close, or I just pretend like I'm texting somebody. And
so you have to be proactive.
Yeah, but I think that's just anywhere. I mean, I've traveled a lot, and I think that no matter where you are, if you're on public transit in a big city, you're gonna have to be a little careful.